Welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to tell you the basics of Vigo notation. Okay. So before that, I'm going to tell you about time complexity. So what is the time complexity? Time complexity tells how the running time of a program increases when the input increase. Okay. When the input size increases, the program running time is also increases. That is what time complexity tells you. So and then what is this big notation? This is what represents the time complexity. Okay, big notation is used to represent the time complexity. It shows how fast or slow a program grows, especially in the worst case scenarios. Let's say you have written a program, you have written some algorithm to solve something. So this big notation will tell you how fast or slow this program will be. Okay, like how efficient it will be when some problem arises, some edge case comes. Okay, so this is very important. You have to understand this. This DSA, all these stuff you have to understand. So listen carefully. So what is this O and N represents? You have to understand that first. O is the space. Okay, N is the input. O is the space complexity. N is the inputs given. Okay, now let's say int n is equal to 5. Okay, so here this n became 5, right? You understand that, right? Now I'll talk about one O of 1 time complexity of big O notation, which is constant time complexity. Okay, this is fastest. Let's say console dot write line n. So what this does, this will just print 5. No matter what n is, if I say 100, it will just give 100. It will just print 100. It won't run 100 times. So this is fastest. No matter what the n value is, it will only runs one time. So that's how this is fast. So fastest of all. Now what is the other one we have? O of n time complexity, which is also called linear time complexity. Okay, A is taking everything in its hands. Okay, it's fine. Let it write. We'll understand what it is writing. Okay, so O of n. What is this? O of n. It is like of input, right? So if n is 5, this for loop is going to run 5 times. If it is 10, it will run 10 times. If it is 100, it will run 100 times, right? So this is where the program becomes slow. It depends on the n. It depends on the input. It increases as the input increases. It is very clear here, right? If I say 100, this loop increases 100 times, which means the work increases every time the n increases, right? So that is why this is slow. If I run this, obviously you know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I started from 1 and obviously it will go for 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Comment this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will print, which means 5 times it have run, right? So this is slow. Now this other one, which is O of n power 2. This is very slower. This is also called quadratic time complexity, and this is how if you want to represent it, you have to represent it like this, which is a for loop inside a for loop. Simple. It's a nested loop. Okay, what happens here is if n is 3, this will run 9 times. If n is 5, this will run 10 times. If n is 10, this will run 100 times. Okay, if I have to show you, I will keep a breakpoint here and I will change it to 3. 5 will become very big to understand, to explain. So let's make it 3. So this has to run 9 times now, this loop. I'll tell you why. Okay, I will explain it. So let's run this first. Okay, it stopped here because I is equal to 1 and I is less than is equal to n is true. So it came in. Now if I go next step, it came here. It's checking if j is less than or equal to n, and obviously it is. So it will come inside. It will print that, which is I is n and j is 1. 1 into 1 is 1. It will print 1. That's fine. Now look carefully here. It again came to that for loop. Okay. It again print, which is 1 into 2. Again comes, again repeats, and how many times it repeat? 3 times. Again, for the second loop, it come in, it goes 3 times. Again it go for the third loop, the upper loop. This is a, let's think of it like this. This is a first step, upper loop and lower loop. For every one rotation of upper loop, the lower loop will run 3 times, which means first time it will go 3, second time it will go 3, and the final time now it will go 3 again, which is 9. 3 into 3, 9. If you look at it carefully, it is very, very slow. 3 it is fine, okay. But what if n is like 10? It will go 100, right? Simple. 100 into 100, it will go something else. 100 into 100, like 3 zeros will go some 1000 or 10,000 something. I don't know what it is. Okay, the 1000 into 1000. Okay, put the zeros between after zeros. 3 zeros, 3 zeros. Again, you increase another 0. You will have 2 zeros more. Okay, very, very, very slower. It will basically crash your system. You don't use this. Okay, avoid this as much as possible until unless it is very necessary and you know the data is very, very less. It's not going to increase. Okay, so that's why this is slow. You understand? It is slow. Now, there is one more efficient one. Okay, it's very useful and you use it very often, and that is O log n, which is also called logarithmic time complexity. So what is logarithmic time complexity? Let's say we have an x. X is like n, which is the n here, that is 3, while x is greater than 1. Let's say I will give 16 here to better understand. Okay, I will give 16. Well, x is greater than 1, I'm saying the loop, while loop, you print that x and divide it by 2. So every time the x will become half. So first time it will be 16, it will come, it will divide it, the x will become 8. Again it will become 4. Again it will become 2. Now this only runs 4 times. Fifth time it won't run because it will become 1. X is 1 and it will check whether x is greater than 1. 1 is not greater than 1, so it won't run the loop. So let's see if it's true or not. Okay, wait. I have to first comment this out. Now I will pay. Only this will print. Okay. Now 16842, only 4 times. So this reduced the work into half, or maybe very less, more than half, right? Half of 16 is 8, but it decreases into, it only run into 4 times. So which means for every loop we are cutting it into half. For every loop we are cutting it into half. So this increases the time. Sorry, this decreases the time. This decreases the work. So this is faster. So which one is faster in these 4? So here the first place goes to O of 1, right? And second place goes to O of log n, and third will be obviously O of n, and fourth will be O of n power 2. O of n power 2, I don't know how to write it. I will just take this from here, and yeah, this is the order, which is the faster and which is the slower one. So I think you got the idea, and these are just basics. In future videos I am going to tell you about more of these things. So I am starting a series of ASP.NET Core. So who are interested in backend development and full stack development, I am going to tell you all. If you want to learn, if you guys want to go into IT sector, You guys stay tuned to my channel. Daily watch my videos. If you have any doubts, you comment me, you ask me. And see you in the next video. Until then, keep learning. Bye.